Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Edgar, your host. Today I'm going to be discussing two important gas leaks that you could possibly have within your property, and these gases can lead to serious injuries or even death. It's important for you to understand how to detect these gases or how to identify when they do occur within your property. Today I'm going to show you how you can do this. The first gas is the natural gas supply to your property, which is methane. That's the chemical formula for it, chemical name for it, methane. The natural gas supply to your property, which you would use for your boilers, heating, and gas cookers, appliances, and gas fires, and any gas appliance you'd have within your property. The second gas is a byproduct of combustion within your property gas appliances. So today I'm going to show you how to identify these gases. The way you can identify a gas leak, a natural gas leak within your property, which is your gas supply to your property, is basically simply by smelling it. If you smell gas, the first thing you want to do is to not operate any electrical appliance within the property. Do not open a fridge. Do not use your mobile phones. You want to open every windows you can open manually. No electrical windows or motorized windows opening. Then the next thing you want to do is vacate the property, and if your gas meter is within reach, you want to get to the gas meter as quick as you can and isolate the gas supply with your ECV. I'll put a picture up here in the description or at the top of this video so that you can see what it looks like. If in case you don't know, it's a valve that you just turn halfway, so that would stop the gas supply into your property or cut off the gas supply into your property if you've got one within reach. Now after you've done that, you want to move outside the property. You want to vacate the property, get everyone outside the property, and then you can now call the gas emergency services, which is 0800 111 999. I'll put the number up there for you. You should have this number at hand, and you would also find this number in your gas chambers where you've got your gas meter. There's a label and sticker with the emergency number there to call, and they would come out and help you to stop the leak if it's possible to stop within your property or outside your property. So they would basically make it safe when they come, and you probably would be advised to get a gas engineer to come inside your property to trace and detect or fix the leak where possible, or if not, it could be a new installation. So that is the way you would deal with your gas leak situation if you have one occurrence within your property. Now it's important that you take these steps because gas is quite dangerous and very explosive, as we all should know. The thing about gas is you might have too much gas within the property and you will not have any explosion. It takes the right combination of air and gas mixture for an explosion to occur. I will show you how this is classified in a minute. Now I'm going to move on to the next gas, which is the carbon monoxide leak or gas within the property. It's called the silent killer, and it's called a silent killer for a reason, because it's an odorless, colorless, and tasteless gas. It's an invisible gas. You would not know. The only time you know that you possibly know that you have this kind of gas leak within your property will be when you have symptoms from this gas poisoning. It's highly poisonous and highly dangerous. It's the highest killer of people within homes in terms of gas poisoning, and it's a very, very dangerous gas, I must say. So the only way we identify this gas is to have one of these carbon monoxide alarm fitted in your property. I particularly like this one. I've been fitting this for many years in most of my clients' houses, and it's got the date here. So you've got these appliances or devices, they've got expiring date on them. They're not just replacing the batteries and carry on as most smoke alarms would do for you. These ones last between 10 to 7 years. So this particular one is a 7-year device. So you can replace the batteries within the 7 years of its lifetime. But the first thing you want to do once you get one of these, from the day of installation, you want to put the date which it was installed. You write the date there, so you know from that day, 7 years onward, this should be thrown out and you get be replaced for a new one. And the good thing about this particular one, why I like this a lot, is because, and why I always recommend this one, is because this one will show you the concentration of the gas, carbon monoxide gas, within your property. So it will show you the parts per million, as we define it. That's how much concentration of this gas within the property, because these levels or figures are very important in the sense that it will tell you how dangerous the environment has become. So I'm going to explain a little bit of this in a minute, how this can change from levels to levels and how they become dangerous from at different levels. So this is a lifesaver. I always recommend to have at least one in your property, and it's become a law now with gas safe regulations on gas use in England and Wales that you must have one of these fitted in your property if you've got any gas appliances within the property. So when we do landlord certificates and landlord safety checks, this is one of the things we will look out for. And in our boiler service, I'll be looking out for this. I've always been looking out for this before it was brought into regulations. I've always thought this should be a part of our gas appliance in any case, because I mean, for a few quid this will save your life, so why not? It's very, very important to have one. And I personally would have two within the property, so at least at any point in time, if one fails, the other one will pick the signal, so or the leaks. So this is a very important device. I'll put a description below. I got this from Amazon. I buy a lot of this from Amazon, and they're decent price. You can get this from any of your DIY shops, on B&Q, Screwfix, one of these wholesale merchants in town. You can get one of these, and for a decent price. So having said that, I'm gonna move on to how we walk through this kind of situation that can become very dangerous and unsafe within your property. So we will class this as unsafe situations when we come out to you to look at a leak or detect a leak. But if not, what we do is we would have to make your house safe. So we basically would make your house safe by tracing the leak, fixing it, or making it safe by disconnecting the supply, and pending when a repair can be carried out. So that is one way we will fix this kind of problem if you call us out to fix it for you. And then the other thing is for you to always make sure. So one way to avoid this kind of situation is for you to always keep a good habit of maintaining your gas appliances, which is servicing, regular service and checks of all your gas appliances within the properties, and make sure they're functioning correctly. And the reason you would have this kind of gas, which the carbon monoxide gas leak, would be mainly from faulty appliances and or poorly installed appliances. Many cases have been engineers not installing these appliances correctly, and or not doing the right calculation to size the gas pipes or even the flue installation. So it's things like this that can create a dangerous situation within your property if you've got one of these leaks within the property. So I'm going to show you what this means. So in terms of gas leak, now for your gas appliance to work properly within your property, we look out for, or the term we call, stoichiometric ratio, which is the ratio of gas and air combination for a complete combustion to take place, or we call it the stoichiometric combustion. So this metric ratio. Now, this is very important with combustion of gas appliance. So if this combination is not right, then you would have incomplete combustion and you'd have carbon monoxide leaks or production of carbon monoxide within the property. So with natural gas, which is CH4 plus 2 parts of oxygen, will produce carbon dioxide. I think there's one part of carbon dioxide plus 2 parts of water. So that is the formula for a complete combustion. So for you to have a complete combustion, you would ideally need this combination, and for methane you need between 5 to 15% of concentration of this gas for a complete combustion to take place. So any level below this figure, so on a scale of 1 to about 20, so the amount of percentage of gas you need for air to ignite will be between 5 and 15%. So so when the balance is not there, that's when you have incomplete combustion, and then you have the production of carbon monoxide, which becomes a very dangerous situation. So in the sense of your appliance not functioning well, so if you've got unclean combustion compartments, then you have poor combustion, so your stoichiometric ratio will be distorted, so you'd have issues with the combustion, and then you would have dangerous occurrence, as we call it, or unsafe situations. It becomes unsafe situations. Now the thing we do with this is, when we do a service, we carry out checks, we use appliances, and we test to make sure that these concentrations or this level of combustion is accurate and correct and safe for your appliance to carry on to work for you. So having said that, so this is what will determine what kind of if your system is safe, working safely. So I would move on now to the next point, which is the levels of carbon monoxide within your property that can become dangerous. So when you have 100 parts per million, that at that level, if you have one of those devices, if it picks 100 parts per million, at that level you would have headache, slight headaches, and and maybe a little bit of dizziness, and at this level you'd have 13% of carbon monoxide saturation within your blood. Now it moves from here very quickly, so within 2 to 3 hours you'd have headaches. Now at 4 parts per million, you would have within 1 to 2 hours, you'd have severe headaches, and then within 3 hours, someone can die. That's 38% concentration. So when it doubles up to 800 parts per million, within 4 to 5 minutes, you have serious headaches, and then within 2 to 3 hours, someone can die. This will be 50% concentration in your bloodstream. So you have 50% concentration in your bloodstream. Now it goes worse from there. So you go to a level of, when you get to a level of about 12,800 parts per million, this is very high. Someone will die within a minute. Between a minute to 3 minutes, you will die. So it's almost an instantaneous death. So you have, there's in between levels, which is to show you how dangerous this gas can be. So you've got to take this gas serious when you detect it, when your alarm goes off. So your alarm would go off like this. So this alarm would sound like this when it goes off, and it won't stop. It will go on and on and on and on. So what you want to do is evacuate, open all the windows, leave the property, and move outside, and then wait for the air to be purged out, the dangerous gas to be purged out, and then from there on, this would stop when the environment is safe to return to, and then you would need to call a registered gas engineer, someone like me, to come down and investigate your leaks, and at that point we would investigate your leak and detect what appliance could be causing the leaks or where the leaks could be coming from, and make it safe. And whichever situation, unsafe situation that occurs within your property, whether it's unsafe situation or dangerous occurrence, we would need to make a report. So after the leak has been traced, fixed, repaired or replaced, we will need to make a health and safety report, which is a report to the health and safety executive to say there's been a dangerous occurrence. So we'd have to make a lengthy report and log that in. So it's quite a lengthy process to get all of this correct, but obviously this is a very important step. So I believe this is something that you should take seriously. If you got any leaks like this within your property, you want to basically make sure you deal with them, address it correctly. So I'm going to call it a day at this point, and on my next subject I'm going to be discussing the appliance that you would commonly find in farms. So one of my subscribers, thank you, Litecoin Kid, you've asked me to discuss what I had in mind actually to discuss, but because it's not very common, I thought, okay, maybe I could do without doing that. But now you've asked me to do that, I'm going to make that in my next video. It's agas. So agas are wood burners. Some of them burn on foil, but they are commonly found in farms, and I've come across them over my course of my career, and I've worked on them many times. And you want me to explain how they work and how you can deal with issues regarding them if they occur. So I'm going to discuss that on my next video. I'll touch those points, and then I will explain deeper into how they work and how you can identify one if you find one within your properties. So I thank you very much for watching my video. Please share, subscribe, and like, and also press the notification bell so that when I upload my next video, you will get to see my videos notification, and then you can watch my videos. I hope this video has been of help to you. I think this video is a very important video that could save lives, and as we spend more and more time indoors during this time of self-isolation, it's important that we stay safe and we are able to deal with issues like this when they occur, and when they occur. So I thank you very much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you on my next video. Thank you guys. Bye. Thanks.